Well, it's that time of the year again. The pumpkin spice is out, Christmas decorations creeping in stores, and you need to get your flu shot. But just as predictable as the flood of fall leaf photos on your Instagram feed, the flu vaccine misinformation mounts. And here with us today is Dr. Dan Chappell to look maybe a little bit more about the science behind those claims that you might see on your social media feed.
Yeah, so a few things that we wanted to talk about, misconceptions would be that can you get the flu from the flu shot? And the answer is no. You may get flu-like symptoms for the first 24 to 48 hours from the flu shot, but it is impossible to actually get the flu. What most people mistake that for is the normal cold that goes around, and the flu shot only protects you against the flu, not the average regular cold that we all get during the season.
Yeah. I know one of the things I think about is, and then I think a lot of other people do, I'm healthy, I'm active. If I get the flu, whatever, it's not going to be that severe. I mean, can you address that? Why do I need to get the shot?
Yeah, I think we want everyone, and since the H1N1 scare of 2009, we've recommended that everyone get the flu shot for a couple of reasons. Number one, the flu is becoming more deadly over time, and there are new strains that are out this year. The Australian flu, the H3N2, has been more severe than most years in the past. And then number two, there are a lot of elderly, young, and immune system impaired around us. So for example, I have a patient that is 4 months old. She has a rare form of cancer in her eye and is on chemotherapy. If she were to get the flu on her chemotherapy, with her immune system being down, it could affect her severely. And she is not, because of the chemotherapy, able to get the flu shot or any other vaccinations right now.
Yeah, every year it seems like it works a little bit differently. Sometimes it's more successful than others. So someone might think, well, it's just not effective. What's the point?
Yeah, so that's one of the big myths too, that because it is not effective this year or that year, that I just shouldn't bother with it. Last year we had kind of a bad year at 29% effectiveness. Other years it's upwards of 60 to 80%. And that just depends on how good we are at predicting this year's flu. And we never know. The reason why I would suggest still getting it is, even if it's not completely effective and you still get the flu, usually that flu is more mild because of the flu shot you received.
Okay. Yeah. And we hear about maybe dangerous side effects. I mean, there's, of course, that whole debate just about the idea of getting a shot and having this injected in you. And can you talk about that?
Yeah, so no medicine out there, even Tylenol, is without side effects. There is a small population that we definitely do not recommend get the flu shot, which would be anyone that's had a severe allergic reaction to the flu shot in the past. And then even those that have severe egg allergy, we recommend they still get the flu shot, but under observation. Other than that, it's recommended for all people over the age of 6 months. And I think there's just a lot of misconception when someone gets a flu shot and they feel like they've had a mild reaction and that was enough to say that it's not worth it. It's still worth it. The flu and pneumonia caused by the flu is still the number 9 or 10 killer in Utah every year.
Yeah. And what would you say to the person who maybe doesn't have insurance and thinks it's going to be too expensive? Why even look into it?
Yeah. Right now, the average retail cash price for the flu shot is about $30 to $40. So very inexpensive, about the same as a haircut once a year, and can protect you from being one of the 300 to 400 people in Utah that die every year from the flu. I would say it's worth the investment.
Yeah, and now's the time, right?
Right now is the time. I would not wait. We never know when the flu season will hit, whether it's early in November or December, or if it's going to be late like last year. So it would be better to protect yourself now than wait for later.
Okay. All right, Dr. Dan Chappell, thank you for meeting with us. We appreciate your time. And again, like he said, now's the time. And if you're in Utah County and still need a vaccine, the health department has set up a drive-through vaccine clinic Saturday, November 2nd. That's from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Lone Peak High School. They take a lot of insurance. A lot of insurances, and the regular shot is about $34 if you don't have insurance, and $18 for kids.